Good morning, everyone. It's January 2nd. Apparently, I took the New Year day off. We're getting into our daily reading for today. This is Raven. This is my channel. I am thinking about transitioning, same, right? Into a weekly reading, like a weekly pick a card or something like that instead, a more in-depth. So let me know how that feels to you. If anyone has an attachment to daily readings, I'm pretty much on the fence, so I would love to hear about that. January 2nd, the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Chariot. I feel like we had the Chariot the other day. And I feel like starting with the Six of Cups. This is a card of sweetness. It's a card of kind of like redemption and renewal as well, because it's shifting into almost a childlike perspective. And sometimes that can come through with emotional things from childhood coming up into the day, into your immediate consciousness, or sometimes it can be sort of a shift of perspective in the present moment into more of, just seeing things with new eyes and with more openness. You see that there's two kids offering each other emotional gifts, really. So there's a bit of equanimity here, sort of giving and receiving from the heart without the expectation, without counting who gave what. I know I'm really being invited into this myself. There's an invitation to softness today. And then we have the Page of Swords. This is an interesting depiction of the Page of Swords. So this is the suit of air, the suit of judgment, the suit of communication, the suit of mental reality, the suit of a mind and consciousness. And where mind and consciousness meet each other, where the thinking and the brain stuff meets, how you create your world, and the earthy part of that, I would say even more so. Pages are the earthy part of swords, the earthy part of air. And so you have, I think, an examination invitation into how what you are thinking and perceiving, the judgments that you have made, are creating your manifested world. Either how you feel in your body, how you feel in your work. It's actually telling me that there's a lot of mental static going on in those areas, and that it's time to kind of ground down, clear out, and get back to sort of a childlike perspective in it, or just an openness in your perspective, because pages are that. They are curiosity and play and student, beginner's mind, as is this. So while there's a lot of kind of mental static, it's coming through in relationships in this way, in this sort of emotional breakthrough, really, into being a little more open and generous. And then you have the Chariot. So all of that, when you have a spread like this, a 3-card spread, and a couple of minor arcana, even if one of them is a court card, and then you have a major arcana, you're going to kind of end up with this hierarchy happening, or just this perspective. So all of this is in perspective, the perspective of the Chariot. So gosh, I wish I could remember, maybe a couple days ago we got the Chariot as well. The Chariot is, it's the manifestation of will again. So kind of bringing us back into our ability to create our own realities today. And it's momentum in that. It's really about agency and owning your own agency, and also doing that in a spiritual way, because we're talking about the Chariot. I mean, we're talking about the major arcana. That means these are deeper issues, whether it's spiritual or just psychological. This is something that is happening below the surface and sort of an unconscious current or a super conscious current in your life. In this case, I see that the Chariot is sort of a message from Spirit to help us to situate these two things, to actually embody this breakthrough in generosity and this just kind of perspective on how you're manifesting your own life with the Page of Swords and the Six of Cups. The Chariot, I think this is really an invitation to manifestation, especially in terms of your mental worldview, the judgments that have been made about your life, and especially how it's going. Like, how did you get there and how you're getting forward. This is about momentum. So whether that's in a relationship or in a project that you're efforting into your passion in your work, this is look at the position where you are now and understand how much of that is coming indeed from within you. And then this is sort of Spirit saying that that's where you meet. That's where we meet the divine. That's where the individual meets the collective, is in the consciousness. And the consciousness and the mastery over consciousness, the will that the light of the illuminative light of understanding comes through will and comes through consciousness. And that is what will define the momentum today and will define the momentum going forward out of that day. So also, because this is the Chariot on this day, it's saying that this is a powerful day for manifesting. And I feel like this keeps coming up lately. Maybe it's because it's still Yule. It's still a powerful time between two eclipses, and it's the 12 days of Christmas. This is Yule right now. This is still the turning over of the year. So both in the calendar sense, it's January 2nd, and also in a Wheel of the Year sense, if you follow that. So this is a really powerful time to be looking within and seeing how we're writing our own stories in this moment. So just a recap, like I like to do, we have the Six of Cups inviting us into sort of like letting go of account keeping when it comes to the emotional life. And then the Chariot, which is just pointing to really the agency that we have, and in terms of consciousness and understanding and willpower. And then we have the Page of Swords, the earthy part of air, which again points to what manifestation really looks like and asks us to look at the way that we've been casting judgment and making up our own definitions, how those can be loosened to invite in more of this and to bring us forward into this. And there you have it. That's your reading. So I'll continue to do this week, and then I think next week I'll experiment with doing a full weekly reading, just see if that fits in better with my schedule. And I don't know, I'm experimenting. It's a new chapter. But channel. So please like, subscribe, and comment. That means the world to me. And I also invite you to click the link in my bio or click the link on the banner, and that will take you to my other offerings, which are full readings. I have a special on for the new year, as well as my crystal healing sessions here in Los Angeles. I do spiritual coaching. I do things, my friends. I do things. So much love to all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.